down in the den, so go tell a friend. The best podcast on earth's about to begin. We got jokes and news and movie reviews. After Dark NC-17 with the crew. Interviews with the best artists around. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. So like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Let's go. Like, comment, subscribe. The show's starting right now. Welcome to Down in the Den. It's your boy Mars, aka Marlon Beardo, the Bearded Weirdo, the Stella Rosa Casanova, the curator of culture, and the Shud Knight of this podcast game. And we're back for another phenomenal episode with another phenomenal guest. This young lady is a hip-hop queen, an R&B veteran, a phenomenal talent, artist, and I'm very proud to welcome to the Den, Angel Danielle. Angel, welcome to the Den. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure, and thank you for your patience, guys. Before we came on, we had the craziest first time ever technical difficulties. I felt like a real jabroni, but she was so patient and so kind. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because most people would have said, "I'm getting the hell out of here."
Nah, technology has its own mind. It's okay.
It really does, or no mind. That's why I tell people we can never be replaced by AI. Technology is not that smart. So we begin every episode the same way. I believe creatives are our modern day titans, our modern day superheroes, our legends, and they all have an origin story. It's something that made you, because this path as an artist is definitely a left-hand path. It comes with a lot of ups and downs. What is your origin story? What made you determine that following music is the path for you?
Well, I come from a family of music lovers. So I've always loved music from the first time that I can remember. You know how you have those core memories when you remember, well, this is when I knew this is my mom, this is my auntie. Like when I first knew what music was, I knew that I loved it. And when my sisters finally let me watch Thriller when I was like 3 or 4, because of course my parents was like, no, she's going to have nightmares. She can't watch that. So the night that my oldest sister was babysitting us, they was like, look, if you tell on us, we going to get in trouble. We going to let you watch Thriller. So when I finally watched it, I said, I want to do this. And it was Thriller, like, just like a scary movie, quote unquote, but it was something about Michael that attracted me to, I really love this. Then after Thriller, I remember that I started to remember the Jacksons movie, which was always on TV. I loved the Jacksons movie. That's still my favorite movie to this day. I can quote the movie from top to bottom.
It's a classic.
From top to bottom. So yeah. So I love Michael Jackson, and that's like my biggest inspiration. And I know that that's a cliche for some people that I love Michael Jackson. I studied Michael Jackson. When my mom bought me the Jackson 5 Greatest Hits album is when I really, really fell in love with, okay, I really want to do this. But what's funny, side note, when I looked on the cover, I said, who are these people? These not the same people from the movie. She said, Angel, those are damn actors. It's not a movie. But so a funny part about that is Jason Weaver actually helped my love with music, because I thought he was actually the young
real
Michael Jackson. He played that part so well, and he can sing himself. He sang most of the parts in the movie.
Yes.
So from that, I loved the Jacksons. I loved Anita Baker, Sade. My parents are music lovers. They still have their vinyls. So my dad would play his vinyls all the time, and I would be playing with my toys. And to my parents, I was just in there playing my toys, but I was really listening to the music that they were listening to. That's why I'm told I have an old soul, because I love old music, because it's so authentic. It's so soul driven. So from there, I started to get into, of course, hip hop. I didn't know I could rap though, but I've always loved hip hop.
Right.
My parents are from New York. So New York has like a big base as far as music in general, of course, with hip hop, but R&B too, with rock and roll too, because, Black people actually started rock and roll.
All American stems from us. Absolutely.
Yeah. So my mom, to continue the story about my love for it, my mom made us be on the choir growing up. Even if we was like, no, I want to go out and play. I want to play my Game Boy today. I want to play Nintendo. No, you go on the choir rehearsal. So thankfully I had that type of mother, because that really helped me understand, oh, you can really sing. You love music, but you can really sing too. My older sister can sing too. My older sister is actually a former Miss South Carolina as well. So that's how deep it is with singing. Yeah, shout out to Crystal. Love my sister. But being on a choir and then falling harder in love with it, with singing, it's like I want to do this myself. So I would practice in my room. I would play the Jacksons album. I love the Spice Girls. I would play the Spice Girls. I had their cassette tape. So I would be practicing in my room, and my Barbie dolls were my audience. But I'm like, I knew that that's what I was going to do. When I would get in front of people, it would be different, because I would be nervous, because it's like, y'all not my Barbie doll. y'all are actually reacting to it.
They're just
But
listening.
I knew, right. But I knew that that's what I was going to do, because I would be in church, and I dance as well. And so in church, I started teaching dance, helping like with the praise dance and everything. So that's a part of my love for music as well. So then when I started actually performing myself individually, when I got to middle school, doing talent shows and being on the chorus and auditioning for like solos and everything, I knew from when I was a little girl up until then, in middle school, then in high school, I was performing still. I did pageants in high school as well. I was actually the first Miss Freshman at my high school at Blythewood, because Blythewood opened my freshman year. Shout out to Blythewood. Yeah, but I always loved performing. And so I always knew that there was going to be something with performing for me, because I've always loved music. So then in high school is when I actually started recording my own songs. I actually learned how you actually write a whole song. You go into the studio, you lay down the first verse, you lay down your ad-libs, you lay down the chorus. And it was kind of frustrating at first, because I thought it was going to be simple. Like I see all the videos that Beyonce do. Oh, Beyonce is another big inspiration of mine, of course. But I see the videos of them doing this. But why is it all of this work? So I had to learn that in high school, in somebody's closet, of course, which is how a lot of classics are made.
Most studios, yeah, our closet, bathroom, something like that, become studios.
Yeah, shit. Outkast was in the basement.
Great acoustics, though. Bathrooms, closets, basements have great acoustics, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with that of my journey with learning how to record and then actually starting to perform as an artist myself, I started working with a DJ from here, which is a legend from here, DJ Prince Ice. He actually got me into performing as myself. Well, you're Angel Danielle. You're not going to be this angel with this person. You're Angel Danielle. So let me put you in front of people. Let's practice how you're going to be as yourself as an artist. I started rapping before I started working with DJ Prince Ice. I didn't know I could rap. And I was working with another producer, and I wrote a rap song. And I was like, hey, let me lay this down, because you're teaching me more about my R&B, but let me lay this down so that you can get this to a rapper. So then when I rapped it, he said, no, you're going to rap this. And I said, no, I'm not, because I'm not a rapper. I sing. And he was like, no, you can do this. This is, you have the voice for it. You got the talent for it. You just got to get into your flow with it. So then when I started rapping more, if I show you my older raps, it's like, who is that person? Because it's not, I was new coming out with rapping. But when I got into my bag, like how I am now, like I'm in it. So then with Prince Ice, he got me to open for Dougie Fresh, which when I opened for Dougie Fresh, that really showed me, this is what you have been practicing for in front of your Barbie dolls. Like, this is what you have been working for. This is what you prayed for. You're finally here. You open it for Dougie Fresh. You open it for Chubb Rock. You open it for Young and May, for Slick Rick. And so just getting into my bag with getting in front of the audience more and really using that as my practice, even if it was a birthday party, that's your practice for the bigger stage. You know what I mean? mean? So that really is my journey with my love for music. And it's like I would be turn that up. I want to hear it more. And they'd be like, yeah, turn it up, please. Just this past Sunday was Easter. And what song? Teddy Pendergrass had came on, and I was singing every word to it. And my mom was looking. I was like, "You remember I was in the back seat asking you to turn it up? I was listening to it. You know, it's just like that's my love. I love music. I love all genres of music, and I love hip hop and R&B. But I also love rock and roll. Like I love rock and roll. Like I said, rock and roll started with us. It started with us, which is not really talked about as much as it should be. But yeah, that's my journey.
Number one, let's thank mom and dad for giving you that pedigree, because some of the artists you named, obvious icons, the Sade's, the Anita Bakers, a lot of us had a very similar upbringing with that music. Saturday morning, Sunday morning, whenever the parents decided to clean, and they're playing that, and they don't know us, our babies. We're here nodding and absorbing it, and it becomes a part of our DNA. So shout out to the folks for giving you that pedigree, and then shout out to you for taking the energy and effort to really become a student of the game. Your tale is a story of a person that's really putting in the work, and that's one of the things that we do with this community is make sure the best artists put in the work, and they put in the work at an early age to get those 10,000 hours. So shout out to you and mom and dad for hooking you up with that pedigree, because that is a fantastic story. Completely off the cuff. Same thing with me, Michael Jackson, Thriller video. That was my introduction. Scared me to death, however. It might just be a boy thing. All the boys are. I love Michael. When he turned around with yellow eyes, I was like, ah! What's your favorite MJ song?
Yeah.
What is your favorite
MJ song is Rock With You.
Nice. Off the wall. I love to see the fellow MJ fans, off the wall for me is the one. So great choice. Now your own
that's my favorite album by Michael.
Yeah. By far. That's my favorite album, period, actually. Is Off the Wall is my favorite. That's Put It in the Coffin with Me. I Want to Take It to the Afterlife album. That's how good it is. Let's talk about your identity. And you mentioned the DJ helping you, saying you're going to be Angel Danielle, not Angel Baby, not Angel Red, not anything, just to be yourself, which is I believe is the most integrity you can have as an artist, is to present yourself raw. For those who haven't heard your music, what would you describe your sound?
My sound is the sound of Lauryn Hill that everybody loves. How it's that mixture of hip hop and R&B. It's that longevity. It's the music that is, I remember when this came out. It's that music of, I need somebody else to hear this too. It has, my sound is something that's not like anyone else, even though I do relate to Lauryn Hill because I'm compared to her a lot with how I sing and I rap. At the same time, I'm not like any female female hip hop artist out here at all. And that's good because that's what makes me me. When you hear my music, it's not something that you can say, well, this is what's on the radio too. It's because I grew up with music like that. We had Lauryn Hill, but we also had Moni Love. We also had Queen Latifah, and their sound is not like each other. They are who they are. So I am who I am. So it's authentic and it's real. My music is real. It's not something that's trying to be like somebody else. And it has a message. All of my music has a message to it too. So while you're vibing and chilling, it's like, maybe you're like, oh, she said that. Well, I do need to check myself on that. Or that is what's going on in the world today. It's just something that's like something you can relate to. Yeah.
That's awesome. And that individuality is something I think is sorely missed. There was a viral clip of T-Pain where he was saying, do something else. Everybody was trying to be Little Baby. Everybody was trying to be whoever is hot right now. And so I'm so happy when I see artists that focus on being an individual, because no one can be you better than you. So that is super awesome. Now, you mentioned your music having a message and, carrying a positive message. Where does that come from internally? Because it's so easy to just do what's out there. And I don't want to use the word sell out because it's so used, but just do what automatically sells versus saying, you know what, I can sell and give a message. I can do both. Where does that come from internally with you?
Internally, that comes from how I was raised. And I say that because when I started rapping, I was cursing like a sailor in my music. And then when I let my parents hear it, I'm like, y'all know I can rap. I can rap now. And they're like, oh, let me hear it. So I let them hear it. And of course they're like, oh my God, Jesus, hold on. Wait a minute. After they got over the fact that I was cursing like a sailor, they both were like individually sat me down to teach me about how they were there when hip hop started, and how what I'm saying in my music has a message as far as me still carrying something positive in it, but me cursing at the same time. So like my mom sat me down to watch Beat Street, to watch Breaking, to watch like all of those classic hip hop movies where I learned, okay, this is where the core of hip hop started at. Even though it was like, I go to the store and this, blah, 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 like it was so like, it still had message. When we say the message, when I say the message, when I say hip hop, what song automatically pops in your head? Grandmaster Flash, right?
Grandmaster Flash, right?
5. So even just thinking about that, yeah. Yeah, they didn't curse in their music. Maybe a word or two would pop out, but what they were trying to get across still came across. So with me sitting back and actually studying that side of hip hop, of course, I grew up on Lil Jon, East Side Boys, and all the Outkast and all of that. But then when I studied those people from the 80s and I came back to what I grew up on, it's like, yo, Outkast was doing the same thing. Especially Andre 3000. If you sit back and listen to the start of Outkast, it's like they were doing the same thing from what hip hop started as. But we don't really think about that because we were just vibing with it. It was just like, yeah. Like on Me and You, if you listen to their verses on Me and You, it's so deep. Like really studying Outkast now as a hip hop artist, I'm like, yo, they were really talking to us, but it didn't really like hit us until we got older to really understand it more. So me sitting back and studying the greats really helped me with my music to understand that God had already placed in me to be that artist that has a message, but I didn't understand it before. But now that I've sat back and studied the greats before me, the ones that had the longevity, the ones that actually were fighting to get a message across, it helped me understand this is who I'm supposed to be, because there's a gap in music right now, especially in hip hop, where that's needed. And I kept being pulled towards that gap. And now that I understand that for years, God has been pulling me towards that gap and pulling me away from, you don't have to be what's on mainstream. I need you to be what I created you to be. It helped me understand this is the lane that I need to stay in, because this is the lane where I'm meant to be. Yeah.
I mean, I always tell people there's a difference between hearing music and listening to music. And when we're young, we just hear it. We hear beats, we hear drums. And then when we get older and we actually have some experience and we live a little bit, then we listen to music. And, you said it like a true student of the game. I feel like a proud uncle. That is so awesome to hear that you actually, are hearing and listening to the music and actually getting something from it. That's something we need more of, especially in the music industry. Now, we all love the art part. We all love the creation part. I think as any creative, that's what brings us joy. But there's a second part of the music business, is the business part. And that's the part where I think people are just realizing now how much music has been devalued, and we have to find alternative streams with the music. Music is more of a invitation to know us, but people really want to know the artist. What is something that you've had to overcome that shaped you in the industry, some type of experience, be it a shady promoter, or you don't have to name any names. We don't want to do that. We're not messy here, but something that you could probably tell to the next generation of artists, hey, maybe look out for this, or hey, be prepared for this, because I think there's challenges navigating this industry that we only find out if we go through. And this, one of my favorite hip hop lines is, Hov did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that. So is there something that you can say, Angel did that, so hopefully you won't have to go through that?
I will say, before I had the mentor in DJ Prince Ice, I was just a straight go-getter. So I would be in the club trying to talk to DJs like, hey, I got this song. Can you play it for me? Or can you help me get on the radio? And of course it would be, well, what you gonna do for me type of thing. Cause I'm a young, pretty girl, you know? So I had to learn that that was what a lot of DJs and promoters were looking for first. If you don't have that person that's next to you, like me having DJ Prince Ice saved me a lot after we started working together, because I got more respect. And sometimes, and people say you don't always have to have that name. Sometimes you do need to have somebody next to you that's going to protect you, because I don't like to see young girls going through that even now. And I try to tell them, like, look, you don't have to flirt with that DJ, because they're saying, well, in order for me to do this for you, you gotta do this for me. So even if you don't do that for them, you don't have to be like, oh, well, no, fuck that. All right, I'm gone then. And it's okay to not bow down to a DJ. It's okay to not bow down to a promoter, or somebody that says that they know somebody else. That's another thing I had to go through. Before the first time I met Wale was I saw him in Greensboro. He was doing one of the Summer Jam concerts, and me and my god sister, I always walk backstage, or always walk to the back, like where the tour bus is, because I always thought like I could just go up and rap in front of somebody and I'm gonna be famous, or I can sing for them and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be like a Toni Braxton Babyface situation, like how he saw Toni Braxton at the gas station and she sang for him. Oh, I want to sign you. So I always thought that could happen for me. But no, it's not always like that, especially in today. So with that story in Greensboro, it's a crazy situation. I was walking to his tour bus, literally like this close from the tour bus. And somebody that was with them walked up to me and my god sister. He was like, oh, you trying to meet Wale? Oh, let me get your number. You know, we going to LA soon. I'm going to get him to fly you out, this, that, and the third. So, of course, me being young, I was young, so young, in my early 20s. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. So my sister, I was like, yo, we about to go to LA. And my god sister looking at me like, bitch, that ain't about to happen. He just want what's in your pants right now, which that's how it turned out to be. That's exactly what it was. So when I talk to younger artists, I feed that into them. Watch out for this. Don't think that this is going to happen just because somebody is telling you what's happening. It's always, somebody always wants something from you in this industry, because it is a business. So they always want something from you. I've met with a few different producers in Atlanta that would go out for money from. I'm like, I'm a single mother. What do you expect? I don't have $10,000 to give to you right now to make one song. And even if I did, what are you going to do with this one song? What have you done for somebody else with this one song for $10,000? You just getting money off of people.
Yeah.
So with me having to go through that, I try to tell so many up and coming artists about that, because I'm still learning here. I'm still an upcoming artist. I'm still learning. But I thank God that I went through this in my 20s, so that now in my 30s, I can stand firm and stand grounded. And it almost puts fear in people when I talk to them now, but it helps them understand, you're not going to get past me with this. So next, if we're not going to work together, okay, next. But me in my 20s, okay, what can I do? And no, it don't have to be like that. Even though this is a music business, you still have to have your respect. You still got to stay 10 toes down and stay grounded, because if you give in to this person, you're going to continue to do this and you're not going to get anywhere. Yeah. So that's that. I almost got mad just now because it upsets me.
It bothers me that so many are, and I won't just say women, because we're hearing stories how the predators are just abusing everybody. They see a talent, they try to take that spark out your eye, and they want to get everything they can from you. Literal bloodsuckers to just take everything, use you, and then discard you. And like you said, $10,000 for one song that's not guaranteed. This is not 1990 where everybody was selling 6 million records out the gate. You really have to strategize to make a profit in this industry. So I'm so sorry. I speak for behalf of all the good guys out there. I'm sorry that you and other young ladies have to experience these creepy predators out there. I produce music myself, and I had somebody try to contact me to buy some beats that was pretending to be the A&R of Interscope Records, had their picture and everything. And then they sent me the email and they hyphenated Interscope. And I'm like, come on, guys, you gotta be a little bit better than that. I'm 40. I've got gray hair. You can't fool me with the okie doke, and I'm not desperate. So I salute you for keeping your integrity and being able to navigate through the path. Now, what's going on right now musically for Angel Danielle? Where can the Den mates and the friends of the Den, what should they be checking out from you right now?
So I have my first album coming out soon, and it's been a long time coming. I've been working hard on this album for years, literally for years. And I was rushing it at first because I'm like, I just want to put out a project, because people always ask, what's your project that's coming out? What's your music? You're always putting out stuff with samples in it, which hip hop has been sampled from beginning of time. R&B has been sampled forever. But at the same time, it still needs to be your music. Right. So I have an album that's coming out soon. It's either coming out the late spring or early summertime. And more music. I'm just dropping music. I'm about to start performing again, which is exciting, because I was on my run for performing. That was attention and really gain fans for me, because I'm a performer. I'm in my bag with it now. I know how to work the crowd. I'm still gonna do Biggie Juicy, probably. I love performing Juicy by Biggie. Because everybody knows that song. But classic. Yeah, but more performances, unity. I love working with the children. I love working with the youth. I really aspire to open my own youth center, because I teach home economics now too, because a lot of kids are behind because of the pandemic, which is not the parents' fault. Right. It's because of the world that we live in right now, because sometimes parents don't know. Like some kids that I taught that were like on the break, almost in high school, I taught them how to change a light bulb. So to the parents, it was like, I didn't even realize that they didn't know how to change a light bulb. And it's not your fault, because you're working 3 jobs. So you don't know. Right. You're just making sure they're eating and staying alive right now. That's the world that we live in. So yeah, so that's yeah. So that's what can be expected from me.
Well,
more community work, more music, more performances, more growth. Yeah.
Well, we certainly look forward to hearing what's in store. I'm excited. I've been checking out some of your content, some of your music. Phenomenal flow, on point, vocals on point. So being multi-talented, the world's your oyster, and I can't wait to see where you go. Please tell the people where to find you and where to tap in so they can lock in with you in the movement.
I am on Instagram and YouTube at Angel Danielle 12. I'm also on TikTok at Angel Danielle _12. And that's it. I'm not on the other million social media.
Those are the main ones. Those are the ones they need. It seems like they come up with a new social media every day. I'm too old. I can't keep up with what's going on. Can't keep up. But guys, do me a favor. Please go ahead. If you're on Instagram, I know you're on Instagram. Who isn't on Instagram? My mom's on Instagram, so everybody's on Instagram. Go to Instagram. do me a favor and go follow. Check out what she has going on. Once again, phenomenal talent. Like young Lauryn Hill, she said it herself, and I concur. I co-sign with that. She got the flow, she got the voice, She got the talent. So I can't wait to see what happens. Please, any shout outs you want to give, any love you want to share. We're all about spreading the love here. The floor is yours. You earned it. Please let the people know, just show that love that you have for the people that help you get where you are.
Well, first and foremost, I want to shout out my son, Lil Zion. He's big Zion now. He's definitely motivated me. Definitely keeps me motivated, keeps me grounded, keeps me young, keeps me going. I love you. Shout out to Zion. Shout out to my parents for blessing me and guiding me to be the strong woman that I am today. Shout out to my older sister, Crystal, who is an artist herself as well. Y'all follow Crystal at Crystal Alicia Garrett on everything. She's a singer as well. Shout out to DJ Prince Ice, my biggest mentor that I've had to date. Thank you, Ice, for everything. Shout out to G Snyder. G Snyder is another mentor of mine. Shout out to B Howe, one of the Philip Banks, one of the best producers now. Shout out to Philip Banks. That's my nigga, man. Shout out to everybody in South Carolina. Shout out to all the Columbia artists, because it's been a long time coming, and it's going to be a time when we all come together. So shout out to us, and shout out to God. Shout out to God for keeping me going every single day, for being in my heart, and for continuing to bless me with the many blessings that I have.
That's love. That's love. Well, Angel, once again, I want to thank you personally for coming in and your patience this afternoon with our little technical difficulties. I am rooting for you. The entire D.E.N mate community is rooting for you. So I can't wait to see what's next. Keep rocking. Keep doing it. And you talked about rock. We might need a rock project from you. You already got rap and R&B locked down. We need more Black female rockers. A Black woman created rock and roll. For those who don't know, a Black woman created rock and roll. Do your research. So I want to see it all, and I want to see us win. So I wish nothing but success for you. And guys, this is my time. Thank you for tuning in for another fantastic episode of Down in the Den. You know what to do. Like, follow, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Leave us a comment if you're listening somewhere, wherever you listen to podcasts. And please do me a favor. Follow Angel. The music is phenomenal. You know I'm batting 1,000 with my recommendations, so please give her a follow. There it is, right there underneath me somewhere. Yeah, there it is, right there. Go ahead and give her a follow. And guys, we end every episode the same way. It's all about love, unity, peace, and respect. We out of here. Deuces.